Let me come in right now before Facebook deletes this video because of the music. This is not my music, but I can't even remember the girl's name right now, but you gotta check her out. I'll post it in the notes later. It's here if you're watching, post it in the notes. What's going on, Facebook? I know it's not my normal time, but I had to come on here because I have something on my heart that I want to share to you guys. What's going on, Dustin? What's going on, Antoine? Man, that boy is quick on the trigger. I appreciate you, brother. Okay, so I wanted to address something really quick, guys. Hope everybody is having an incredible day. Before I get into this message, do me a huge favor. Make sure that you can see me okay. Make sure you can hear me okay. Please give me a heart, give me a like, give me a love, give me something. Share this message out as quickly as possible because I'm going to be on and off real quick today. So, what I want to talk to you guys about is I've had a couple of inquiries. I had a couple of people reach out to me and they're like, man, you are so high strung. You always are full of life. You're always full of energy. And one thing I believe in when it comes to social media is transparency. So I want to be completely transparent with you guys and say, listen, the last couple of days for me, if you don't know what I do, I am in sales. That is my profession. This is what I've been doing for the last 17 years. It's not always easy. It's extremely challenging, but obviously very rewarding. So if you watch any of my videos or you've observed any of my content, you already know that I'm all about the motivation. I'm all about the information. I'm all about the intellectual property that's going to take you to the next level. So all my sales guys, all my guys that are in insurance, all my guys that are in network marketing, all my real estate agents, listen up. So the key to being successful in life is discipline, right? Discipline is the ability to give yourself a command and immediately follow through on that. Consistency is extremely important when it comes to you setting and obtaining any goal as well, right or right? Correct. So a lot of people ask me, they say, how have you been able to sustain the energy that you have? You know, you're a father, you're a husband, you own a couple of different businesses, you're running a team, you're managing, you're building, you still have your own production to take care of. You're in the gym every single morning at 6 a.m., getting your workouts in. We see you. How do you do it? Well, I've always heard that your environment is so much more powerful than your willpower. I'm gonna say that again. Your environment is so much more powerful than your willpower. If you're not setting yourself up for success by your environment, you have already decided to lose. You are already setting yourself up for failure. I'm gonna give you an example. If you go into any successful community, if you go into any successful family, if you go into any successful church or religion or whatever it is, the environment in there is set up for you to be a part of whatever that thing may be. If you've been a part of sports before, every time you go into the locker room, there's different things that set up your mind for success. At your job, there's different things on the wall that set you up to be consistent, to work hard, to do different things. So what's funny is I got a quick story for you. So what's funny to me is anytime, in my business, again, it's production driven. So we have an app, it's called GroupMe. We have several people that are a part of the team. We got a huge organization. I think there's like 800 people on one of the GroupMe groups that I'm a part of. And anytime I get on there, I think it's so funny because you see people that are consistent. You see the 1%, you see the others, the 80-20 rule really applies in sales. And there'll be somebody that I'll pay attention to. It's a newcomer that comes in. They're extremely excited right off the bat. They're going to set the world on fire. Sometimes they'll even reach out to me and be like, yo, what's been your record month? I'm going to beat it. Right. And then they get kicked down a little bit. Right. Whenever you set a goal, please understand that all hell is going to break loose. Whenever you set a goal, understand all hell is going to break loose. So it's funny. I'll go ahead and watch their progression and then they'll disappear. Right? They're no longer active. Right? I'm sure you guys can relate. You've probably been through this before. I myself have been through this before. And all of a sudden, I'll see them back on fire. And they'll even post. Right? You'll see people like this on Facebook. And they'll even post. Well, what ended up happening was, this is what they'll say, I had a talk with such and such, or I had a conversation with such and such, and I got motivated. I got excited again. Hey, I watched one of your videos, Damon, and I really needed that. I really needed that. Hey, Damon, would you put out that post? I really needed that, right? You guys have seen it before. You've probably been through it before. I myself, I've had people in the past that I've looked to for that extra motivation, for that extra push. But here's the kicker, guys. The most important thing to be successful as an entrepreneur is called self-discipline, self-confidence, self-integrity, self-motivation. Is anybody else hearing that key word? If you want to go to the levels that you truly want to be in your business, the most important factor is going to be you. So the question becomes, how do I internally stay motivated without having to use any outside source or person? Does that make sense? Because that motivator is not always going to be there, right? When you're riding around in your car, or whatever it is that venture that you do, your mind, it's you against you. So how do you make sure you are always setting yourself up for success and staying in a peak state of excitement, of integrity, of expectation, of everything you need to perform at the level you need to reach your goals? I'm gonna tell you how. It's called setting up your environment. Setting up your environment to win, right? Because I know one thing about the mind, right? I know one thing about the mind. I know a lot, but this is very important. Your mind only works two different ways. It works off of memory and it works off of imagination. All right, I'm gonna say that again. Your mind works two different ways. It works off of memory and it works off of imagination. So what that means is if you're not constantly feeding your mind your future, you will consistently be replaying things that you've lived through in the past. I'll give you an example. If you're used to failure, if you're used to anxiety, if you're used to frustration and different things like that, you will continue to replay that. And as the Bible says, as a man believes in his heart, so is he. So that's why the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor, right? Because if you're constantly thinking of your bills, even though you're saying I'm going to be rich, then you're going to continue to receive more bills. Now, how do you feed your heart? It's going to be your 5 senses. All right. I'm giving you guys some, make sure you write this stuff down. This is very important. It's changed my life. It's going to be your 5 senses. So you can't control what happens when you get out in the world, right? So when I wake up in the morning, I can't control that it's going to rain today, right? I can't control the fact that I'm going to have no show appointments. I can't control the fact that maybe nobody will be acting with any good sense. But what can I control? I can control what I see, hear, taste, touch, and feel. Correct or right? Okay. So what I'm going to do in my home, if you came in my home, you would almost think I'm crazy because I got pictures everywhere, right? Every room I walk into in my home, I have a visual indicator of my future. Why? Because if my mind is constantly geared toward that, then all I'm doing is pulling that into my present. Does that make sense? So I have words. I have different words around the house that are my goals. Hey, I'm going to attract this level of thinking. I'm going to attract this amount of money. I have pictures of my dream home, right? In my bedroom, I have the pictures of my master bedroom in my dream home. So when I wake up, I don't even realize that I'm in where I'm in. I'm already in my dream home. Right? I'm already living in the future because the present is based on the decisions I made yesterday. So if you want to change your life, guess what? All it takes is a decision of you creating that right now. In my car, right? In my car, I have words, I have pictures everywhere. Guys, I'm telling you how to be the 1%. We're not talking about just being the 99, the guys that are stuck in traffic, the guys that don't have this smile right now. They're upset. They're ready to get off work right now, right? We're talking about you taking complete and utter control of your life, because this thing right here, this is all you need. You don't need another job. You don't need another source. You don't need anything else except your mind. Whatever you want to create, you have the ability to do so. So this is what I'm going to say to you right now. Again, your environment is so much more powerful than your willpower. Set yourself up every single day to win. Make sure you're intentional about what you see, what you say, and also what you hear. If you do so, I will see you at the top, not from the top, because you deserve it. Remember, your success is our business. Check us out at The Dream Team on Facebook. We are TDT on Instagram. Guys, have a great day.